Carroll Christian Sports Network. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Sarah, and here we will be bringing you highlights, insights, and exclusive interviews from your CCS Patriots.
Recently, we interviewed both of our varsity basketball coaches, so let's take a look at what they had to say about their teams. How advantageous has it been for you as a coach to have a team with no seniors last year and then come to this year where it can only be developed for this season?
It's always important to have experience on your team, and it's rare to have a year where you can say have all 5 starters returning. You just don't get that.
Right.
They know the plays, they know the setup, they know the drills, they know what they're doing. They have a continuity and chemistry together. That's always important when you come together and you can return all 5 starters and just try to build on where you left off last year. Makes it nice.
Yeah, and that's great. Speaking of last year, and building off of last year specifically, into this year, what would you say, or what would you describe as being the biggest strength of this team?
Work ethic. If you're talking to varsity girls team, there's a core group there that if the gym is open are usually there and ready to put in their time. Teamwork, they're usually very conscious of each other and thoughtful, considerate of the others. They're very encouraging to build up the rest of the teammates. Testimony is a big priority to them, trying to keep the right attitudes and those type of things.
That's good. What goals have you personally set, whether it be preseason or during the season, where you're at right now for this team? What are some goals that you want to see achieved?
Number one, the goal has to be testimony. We want to be a testimony to the refs, to the other team, to the fans, to the people that are there, that they can see Christ in us. I challenged them at the beginning of the year, the concept that Christ gave his last moments for us. The least that we could do is give our best moments for him. And we strive to do that. That's obviously one goal. Another goal would be to win as many games as we can. Hopefully win the MACSAC. You definitely want to compete, to be in every game that you can. The major goal is to see each player as individuals develop into their own individual full potential.
Right.
And as long as they come and they work, it's great to see that result fall into place. Mm-hmm. If they will put in the effort on their end, to be able to see that reward in the end of them reaching that level is important. Obviously, we want to go down to nationals. We want to have the experience to be able to play at that level and be competitive. Hopefully, we can be fortunate enough to play well and be able to do well and maybe even win down there.
Right.
If we can't win, or even if we do win, we want to leave with a good testimony that's honoring to the Lord in all that we do.
That's great. And finally, what would you say, speaking about going to nationals in Tennessee, what would you say is the biggest challenge for this team heading to the national tournament?
Health.
Health.
Get rid of the flu, get rid of the ankle injuries, get rid of the knee injuries, get rid of other injuries.
Right.
Just to get healthy and stay healthy. That's the big thing.
That's great. Well, I really appreciate you giving us the time, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today we have Coach Andrews with us. Thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Okay. So after a decade-long of losing seasons for the boys' varsity basketball teams at this school, you and your team has the chance to make some noise in upcoming tournaments. After winning 2 in your first year and 5 in this previous year, what has been the key for you to create a winning culture?
It's been a learning curve for me as a coach. I came in as a rookie, and didn't really know a whole lot. I thought I knew more than I did, but it's been hard work. I think is the biggest thing, and just installing the knowledge of the game into these guys and teaching them the basic principles, and then increasing our athleticism. It's a lot of different factors. It's not just one thing that goes into it. That's something I tell my players all the time, is there's no magic potion to get better. It takes hard work and learning and experience, and I think over the last 3 years our guys have developed that, and that's what's made the difference in the record.
In your coaching career, when looking for better ways to coach, whether in games or in practices, what coaches have been an inspiration to you, and who do you look up to as a coach?
I've been blessed my whole college career, high school career, elementary career, such you want to call it, with good coaches. When I was 6 years old, I had good coaches. Coach Jim Richards back in the day was an elementary coach that I had. Steve Anderson, guys that taught me how to run offense and taught me to work hard as a young player. High school, same thing. Coach Snyder, Coach Kramer, they all taught us to work hard, but taught us the game too, and taught us how to run offense, how to play different defenses. Coach Getch in college, of course, was even greater, and taking me to the next level of college. So all that knowledge has been implanted into me from a young age, how to play the game. And so I definitely give credit to those guys for teaching me the game of basketball. And then Coach Reisberg's been an inspiration just in how to handle the whole coaching players type of deal and understanding high school kids and how to coach them. And he's definitely been a huge help and mentor in that aspect. So I think all of those different things have really contributed to that. And also just learning from coaches, great coaches, John Wooden, Coach K, types of guys, and learning how they did things and taking motivation, inspiration from how they did things.
What has been the biggest thing you've learned that you didn't know when you started coaching your first basketball trial?
It's the biggest thing I think is just how to manage things overall, and just how to manage practices especially, and just managing your time and what to focus on, and how to train kids from a level that you're not used to or I haven't been at in a long time. So teaching the basics of the game and how to do that, and then put it into game-like situations and train that up has definitely been something I've learned how to do a lot better.
And what are the future goals in the coming years for the boys basketball team at the school?
Keep getting better. I think we've definitely done that in the last 3 years, and keep improving the way we play, keep improving our knowledge of the game, our skills, our attitude towards how we approach games, and just keep a winning attitude when we come into the games. I would like to see that, and like you mentioned before, the losing culture that used to be here, I think that's starting to go away, and fans and parents and kids and the players themselves and even opposing teams are starting to recognize that we're building a winning culture here rather than just rolling over and taking losses like we used to. So building that mantra and that attitude has been awesome, and keeping that going forward and not being satisfied with where we're at.
Well, that's it. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck to our basketball teams in their state and national tournaments.
Join us next time to preview our girls soccer and boys baseball teams.
From all of us at CCSN, have a good day.